you cow!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Afterbirth. I am Big Will.
I am Big Paul.
And
look at us being all proud. I am.
yeah, right? You're not even using contractions.
We're like fucking Data.
I was going to say, we're like Data. Got a positronic matrix, the most advanced piece of tech in the entire Federation, and I can't use a fucking contraction. I will never understand that decision.
It's because it was reserved for his brother.
I think it was. Yeah, that's true. Lore did have the. Yep, that's right. That's how Riker caught him.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome to the podcast. This is the first
Nerd rant.
This is our first brand new podcast series. Just calling it the Afterbirth. So, just there's no K-pop in this one. So if you're here for the K-pop, there's K-pop in the background.
There is K-pop in the background.
But that's about it. But today we're gonna be talking the best movies of all time. For us. And we want you guys to tell us yours in the comments below. Let us know what's up, what do you guys think of our list. And these are always very subjective. And like, what did you say earlier about like when you think when you think of movies that are like the greatest movies, it's a personal experience.
Oh yeah, I think of it as like movies that impacted me when I was a kid.
Or had an impact on you. More
influence on me when I was a kid.
When you were like a teenager and like that influential time. Like there's
I would say more like I don't know, adolescent.
Yeah, I would say the majority of the movies on my list are probably in that area.
All the way up until I would say I was about like 13.
Okay.
Movies like before and up to that point, I would say are the ones that I remember the most.
Yeah.
That had more of an impact on me. The only exception to that would be, and we'll get to that because it's one of them on the list, and I think that did come out when I was in like high school. So
yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Probably.
Yeah.
That's when we worked at the movie theater. But you know, big movies I think in American culture are like probably I think in most people's lives they're a big part of our culture. They're like our stories, our mythology. Like there's a lot of that people don't really think about, but I think that especially for like if you're super nerdy or geeky, it impacts your psyche because you look throughout history and you've got all these different cultures that tell these stories that we still listen to. You know, you still listen to all the Greek god history, you still listen to the Viking Norse mythology and Indian history and Japanese history, and it's like when in 2,000 years are our movies going to be translated to different cultures as like our mythology, you know what I mean? I know that I've heard that discussed before, and it's fascinating to think about.
I hope not, because there are so many inaccuracies and inconsistencies with movies and actual mythology. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like
even my favorite movie of all time, totally inaccurate.
That's fine. But like, are they gonna think like when they watch, when they hear about the Avengers in 2,000 years, are they going to think that these were the gods that we worshipped? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bringing baskets of bananas to the altar of Thor and praying that he gives me a strong child.
Nah, you'd want to bring that to the Captain American altar.
Yeah.
And if you want your kid to be smart, you bring it to the Iron Man altar.
It's true. Yeah. Smart and savvy. But
and if you're hoping for a girl with a nice body, you bring it to the Black Widow altar.
That's weird. Why would you want a baby with...
No, if you're hoping for a woman.
Oh, like you're praying for a wife.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, Jeffrey Epstein over here. Shit, I don't know what was happening there.
Nah. Hell no.
I feel you. Okay. That makes sense. Shit got weird.
We're weird people.
Yep. So we're gonna be talking about our top movies. Now we're not going to put these in order. I don't know if you've ever tried. I think they're top 3. I can put in order, but anything below that, it's really hard to order them.
That's
because
really hard.
Some of it's like based on how you feel at the moment. So did I just watch this 100 times? Most of these movies I've seen. Most of these movies I've seen a minimum of like 20, 30 times.
Yeah.
In like in realistic numbers. Some of them way more. Some of them I put on repeat.
There's some that I used to fall asleep to.
Hell yeah. Hell
Like,
yeah.
I don't know if it's on your list, but one of the ones that I used to watch that helped me fall asleep was Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
You remember that shit?
That was a great movie, dude. I love that movie.
It was a chill movie for the most part, and I don't know why, but it was just like soothing to watch in a weird way. And I'd fall asleep.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Kirsten Dunst and Paul Bettany had fantastic fucking chemistry. him and her are both highly underrated actors.
Yes.
Especially him. Like, she was around for a while, but that was kind of when he just started picking up after, like, I think he had a couple roles, and he had his role in Knight's Tale, where he was the protector of Italian virginity.
And now he's Vision.
Now he's Vision, yeah, and he's really just a good actor. He gets those roles, and he doesn't get a lot of credit for them. But
he's got massive amount of range when it comes to his acting ability.
Except that one shitty vampire movie he was in.
Well, they all get that.
They gotta have one. Yeah.
They all get that one.
The movie was trash.
He got that one. He got that one.
But so like when we're naming these off, we're not talking like these aren't 1 through 10 or anything like that. I think I have 18 on my list. We'll probably just ramble through some of them, but it's gonna be interesting because I'm curious. We haven't seen each other's lists, so I'm curious what his list is. I'm curious.
Dude, we're gonna have.
I want to know the reasons. That's the part that matters to me because like when I think about these movies, like there's gonna be ones on your list and my list that are maybe similar,
dude.
But there's gonna be others that are like, why the fuck is that your favorite movie?
Just because of how long we've been friends and how much we quote stuff, I know that we're gonna have a lot of similarities on.
That's
our
true,
list.
yeah. And it's funny because I think most of if you've watched our other channel before, this is like you're gonna see a lot of the same quotes that we spit out all the time.
This is where we get it all from.
Yeah.
He's much better with the movie quotes. His brain just holds useless knowledge for some reason.
Completely useless information that'll never make me any money in life or success. I can remember it, but if you need like to know a quadratic equation or like even all of my times tables, nope. Not gonna happen. Nope. Nah, fam. So let's just,
I don't use that shit.
No, I have a calculator. I have a supercomputer in my pocket. Okay.
And if my calculator can't do it because I fuck up user error, I just punch it into Google.
When the astronauts went to the moon, the computer on board the Apollo 11 space station or spaceship had the computing power of a calculator. Nowadays. So this thing in equivalence to that is like 100 million times more powerful than what they took to the fucking moon. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on math for now.
Useless knowledge.
Yeah. When the world caves in, and like, what if you didn't have that? What if a terrorist set off an EMP blast in the atmosphere and wiped out all the electronics from here to the Rocky Mountains? It's like, well, then it's gonna go back to primal shit. And I'm 6'8", 300 pounds. He's 6'6", 420 pounds. I'm gonna get a face tattoo, gather a group of people, and just alpha the fuck out of everybody.
I'm gonna take all your food.
Hell yeah.
I gotta sustain this girlish figure.
I already know people that are doomsday preppers.
Oh, yeah.
And those doomsday preppers are anti-gun. So, I'm just going to go take all their shit and they can't stop me.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
How are you a doomsday prepper but be anti-gun? Like, dude, that's going to be a necessity.
This person has enough, like their entire house, they converted into a warehouse except the bedroom and the entertainment room in the basement. The upstairs, it's all shelving. And it's all cataloged. They go through it once a month, and they have like a clipboard, and they check off all the shit that they have. They add stuff to it, and it's enough for a family of 8 to live comfortably for 15 years. It's insane. There's enough coffee. 600,000 cups of coffee. 600,000. I don't think you could drink that much, but these people are crazy and they got way too much money. I think they're just bored rich people, But I was like, damn. And I'm like, and you live where? Oh, over by the train, by the okay. Yeah. Now, what happens when the world does end? And I'm like, how do you protect us? You guys have like a gun stash too? Oh, we don't believe in guns. And I'm not, if you don't believe in guns, fine, whatever. It's not political. But the question is, my immediate response was, oh, really? Thank you for prepping me for the end of the world. Me and mine will be taken care of. Because I'm going to come kick down your door and I'm a pointy stick and fuck you up. Because you can't do nothing. They're like 5 foot tall people. They weigh like 100 pounds dripping wet. We're set, bro. We don't have to prep for nothing. They did it for us.
I love me some coffee.
I'm telling you. It's like stealing from the squirrel that did all the work.
You know what's funny? It's like, I should feel bad thinking that way.
It's the end of the world.
But oddly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It's the end of the world.
Gotta get mine.
Hell yeah. I've got to reestablish civilization. I can't do that. I can only do that if I have 600,000 cups of coffee.
It's going to take a lot of caffeine to run the world.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, the whole world runs on Dunkin'. What's it going to run on when we don't have no coffee?
We are going to be the next world order's Dunkin'.
Yep, I'm going to reestablish the government. I'm going to be like, here, you assholes take this over. Dunkin' 2.0. I'm going to run a franchise. That's what I'm going to do. Randomness aside, let's just get into let's talk about the movies. All right,
So fucked up.
let's talk about the movies. So
The movies.
what is your what is the first one you want to start with? I'm gonna start at the bottom of my list because I know
you're gonna go with the bottom?
the top three I can put in order,
Okay, yeah, me too.
but the bottom ones I don't care. So I'm just gonna name
Okay,
them
so
from the
this
bottom
one's
up.
not in order. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World,
First
bro.
one.
Bro. The first one, yes.
First one.
The first one. The second one is still a fantastic follow-up.
Yeah, but the first one was like
the first
shit.
one. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That would probably be up on my list too.
I can still vividly see Garth in that like diner, and then the Jimi
Foxy.
Hendrix. Yeah, the Jimi Hendrix music song.
You know you're a sweet little love maker. Foxy. That's a great. The whole movie.
I wanna take you home.
Yeah.
Bruh. I also think that's also the reason why I got into like more bluesy stuff too. No joke. Now that I'm thinking about it. Thank you, Garth.
That whole movie from first scene to last scene
Swing,
is
swing.
literally 100% quotable.
I just did it now.
I've seen that
for
movie
no reason.
I've seen that movie so many times. I can quote it front to back.
Excuse
And
me?
Bacon powder?
Why would I need a gun rack? I don't even own a gun to necessitate an entire rack.
What
for
am I gonna
the
do with a gun rack? You don't like it? Fine. You know, if you're not careful, Wayne, you're gonna lose me. I already lost you. Like 6 months ago. Are you mental? Sure. The whole movie is quotable.
She will be mine.
Like if we did
Oh, yes. She will be mine.
Oh, Dream Weaver,
Right?
I believe you can get me through the night.
See, he gets higher than me. I can't do that. It hurts my throat.
Yeah, the whole movie. If we did a top like most quotable movies of all time,
That's
up there with like Monty Python and the Quest for
Bruh.
Holy Grail,
Oh,
Spaceballs.
I forgot about the Monty Python.
Yeah, we made this list really
Oh,
fast.
bro. Monty Python.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love that movie.
Yeah.
That movie still cracks me the fuck up.
It's amazing.
To this day.
I let my daughters watch it, and I only fast forwarded past the Sir Galahad part when the bad naughty Zoot.
Bad, naughty.
There is
Zoot.
only one way to make it better. You must spank us.
Yes, the spanking.
I could stay a bit longer.
I love it when he gets rescued from Sir. I'm here to save you from the peril.
No, look, let me go back in there and face the peril. No, it's much too perilous. That's a great movie. In fact, I'll just say that one now. That one's on my list.
A beacon. It's the shape of a girl. Bruh, I love that fucking movie. So, were the brave Sir Robin part?
Brave Sir Robin ran away, bravely ran away. Oh, brave Sir Robin, he was not afraid at all to be killed in nasty ways.
What?
Have his eyes gouged out and his nostrils slit and his bowels unplugged.
What did you just say?
Stop it! Shut up! Looks like there's trouble afoot.
We are the knights who say me.
Not the knights who say knee. It is said few who ever hear these words live to tell about it.
Dude, that movie. Oh my god, I love that movie.
We need to stop ourselves right now because we can do the whole movie.
When they hold up that little dead fish.
Yeah. You must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with
a hay.
a what? Neat.
Oh, he said it. I said it. Oh, you said it.
You must bring us a shrubbery. This time you must bring us another shrubbery with this one slightly a little higher with a little path running down the middle.
Tis a strange Colt.
It's one of the best movies of all time. If you like that kind of humor, but doesn't like my wife does not get that movie.
I love that.
It's like most women hate that fucking movie, and most dudes love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
I've never met a dude who doesn't think it's funny, and I've only met like one chick who actually liked it. But that was I'm just gonna say that one. That was my next one. Monty Python. It's much higher than the bottom. It's probably like in top 5, but
yeah. See, I forgot that on my list completely. That would definitely be on there
for sure.
Dude, I fucking love that movie.
What's next?
My next one, the Rocky movies.
Which ones? Because only 1, 2, and 4 are like the best.
Yeah.
Personally, 4 is my favorite.
4?
4 is my favorite.
Why 4?
Because he was getting over Apollo's death, right? And,
Okay.
and first off, I own the soundtrack to that fucking movie. Dude, not just that. The Hearts on Fire.
Yeah. Dude, when you just did that, I totally saw him all oiled up in the shed.
The rocks and shit.
That has
Doing
nothing
that
to do.
backbend thing.
That has nothing to do with boxing.
He's got the log on his back through like waist deep snow and shit. Yeah. That movie is my favorite. The training sequence is like back to like the first Rocky when it was like raw.
Yeah.
And he didn't have like the fancy gym, and it wasn't about like maintaining a title. It wasn't about getting a title.
It was about avenging his friend.
It was about conquering something that could not be conquered.
Yeah.
And he was just going to avenge his friend. Like you could tell he thought he was gonna get his ass kicked. He was lean as fuck. I've never seen Sylvester Stallone that lean.
Dude.
But like the speech at the end, the fight was fantastic. But my dad, every time I watch the movie with my dad, all he does is shit talk that movie.
What?
Because it's like the worst boxing technique in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he just sticks his chin out there and gets punched in the face.
But it's a fucking movie. What do you expect?
You know that in that movie he actually had Dolph Lundgren. He told him to hit him as hard as he could. And I think he ruptured his spleen on a couple of the scenes, and it actually put him in the hospital and stopped filming for a while because he wanted the blows to the body to be realistic. So a bunch of the hits were actually real that you saw.
Dude, I would not want to get hit by Dolph Lundgren.
Fuck no, dude.
Even now, he's huge.
Fuck no, he's a monster. That's a big Swede right there, man.
I'm saying.
He's also a chemist. He has a master's degree in chemistry.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
Nasty blah.
Yassi blah!
What you got?
What was your favorite one of the Rocky movies, though?
Honestly, I kind of liked the third one.
With Clubber?
No, second one. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Where he actually beats Apollo?
Yeah. Okay. I thought that one.
Spoiler alert.
If
it's going to be a lot of those. Sorry.
If it's a spoiler alert, you're behind the times and you deserve to have it spoiled.
Yeah.
But, no, that one I liked because, like, it wasn't so much about, like, Rocky in that one, you know? Like, obviously it was. But, like, just, like, that arrogance of Apollo, you know? Like, he could do it all. And then he just got the shit whooped out of him.
Yeah,
he died for it. But what was crazy
he didn't
is
die
like
in that one. He died in 4.
What the fuck?
Drago killed him in 4.
What the fuck am I thinking of?
Because after James Brown came out at that big ass thing,
right? I did fuck up. I fucked up my movies. I mixed them up.
That's a damn shame.
It's been a while, man.
It has apparently.
Been a while. But not like when I was younger though. Me and my brother, we used to like do marathons of that shit.
Ah, yeah.
And like watch them straight through.
I did that too by myself because I was a lonely kid.
And then it would always inevitably end up with him and I wrestling. And all right, he always got to be Rocky. And like, I was happy about the one time I got to be Dolph Lundgren, Ivan.
You could have been Tommy Gunn.
I whooped his ass.
Could have been Tommy Gunn in the 5th one.
Start yelling at his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey, woman! Hey, woman! You want to be with a real man?
Be punching shit with bricks in your hands.
Dude. His girlfriend would have looked at me like I was a little retard.
Yeah, the second one. The thing I liked about the second one. Your brother's
chubby and he's cute.
Yeah, the second one though, it had a lot more heart. I love the first one. The first was classic, but the second one had a lot more storyline between Rocky and Adrian. And then like he lost all of his money.
That's right, he did lose all of his money.
Yeah, she had to go back and work at the pet shop. And like then she had like trouble in labor and shit, and he wasn't gonna fight. He wasn't training properly. He was like at the Catholic church praying, and then baby was born. What's her face came out. He didn't look at his kid, and then Adrian came out of the coma she was in or whatever. So Yeah, I think that was a good movie because there was a lot more like character development in that movie, and like the plot line was really
I really
good.
need to watch them again because I don't remember any of that shit.
Wow. And this on your favorite movie list?
It is.
This motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Next one. This one is one of those sleeper movies that like I remember seeing it in theaters, and I was thinking,
Is it
all right,
Space Jam?
no, it's not. You know they're making a
Welcome
second one.
to the Space Jam.
I have the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fire.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah, the soundtrack was fire. I still have that somewhere.
Come on, ride a train and ride it. Come on, ride a train and ride it.
Yeah, that was.
I gotta do the next part. Come on, ride a train. It's the choo choo.
Feel better?
I do.
Sometimes you gotta finish the song.
I had to finish the choo choo. That could be like a Pokemon now.
It could. No, but this movie was one of those movies where I saw it in theaters by myself, and I was just like, wow, this is one of the best like war movies I've seen in fucking years. Like everybody touts like Saving Private Ryan, and honestly,
That was a good ass movie.
the
no
first
joke.
sequence is good. The rest of the movie bores the shit out of me.
Behind Enemy Lines was a good one too.
Like if you want a good Behind Enemy Lines was fantastic. The second one was trash.
That was a dope ass movie.
The first one was
I
with
never saw
Owen
the
Wilson
second one.
too.
Yeah.
Which you never see him in a role like that, but that was such a good movie.
No, he did that. He did that.
When
shit
he
good.
rolled into that fucking
dude,
pit
the
full of the
trench?
corpses.
Yeah.
Yes. That movie was dark as shit. It was so good. It so flew under the radar. And it was a movie that he would never see him in again.
No.
But he actually surprised me at how good he acted in that role and how I believed that he was, because I guess he kind of fits
really in
that cocky
danger.
fighter pilot thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, the movie Tears of the Sun
Tears of. I've actually
with
never
Bruce Willis.
I've never seen that.
You've
movie.
never seen it? Dude,
Never
I
seen
can
that
loan
movie.
it to you. So like it's about Navy SEALs that drop into Africa.
Okay.
And there's some kind of like war in the Congo, the usual, genocidal thing going on that's always been going on over there. And they're coming to rescue some doctor for some reason. And you think it's just going to be real basic, but it's dark, it's gritty, it's real. And the combat's really good. All the sub characters are fantastic. The other SEALs are really good. And I'm not going to give it away, but let's just say the ending is like, fuck, like you bond with all these characters and it's just like heartstring pulling at the end. I don't know why. The movie had an impact on me.
Why do I have a feeling I know where that movie goes now, just by what you said?
I mean, there's some fucked up scenes in it too. Like they're showing like the real darkness of what some of the people, what the genocide is doing over there. Like you actually see people like women have had their breasts cut off. Like that's what they were doing when they were like invading these villages and
That's
just
fucked up.
mutilating people and shit. Yeah, it was fucked up. They were like killing babies. It was a dark ass movie. And, like I was expecting like your typical pew pew shooter kind of action shoot 'em up like Bruce Willis kind of does. It had a lot of heart. And it was just really well done and shot. Like you feel like you're in the jungle with them, the way they did the camera and everything. It was really good. I don't know. It's always been one of those movies that I don't watch it a lot because it's kind of dark and I have to be in the mood to want to watch it. But when I do watch it, every time I walk away going, that fucking movie is amazing.
I've heard of it. I've just never watched it.
I'll let you borrow it. It's fucking awesome. What's your next one?
Next one, I didn't think to add it on the list, but since you mentioned Bruce Willis, I have to.
You gonna say Die Hard?
No. Fifth Element.
Oh, I did. How did I not think of Fifth Element?
That's what I'm saying.
We made these lists way too fast.
I'm saying.
Fifth Element is probably like one of the best sci-fi movies of all fucking time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Kobe.
Kobe. Kobe. Oh my Kobe.
I stopped smoking, Corbin. What do I do? And I got a fire.
When he screams, dude, I'm telling you, Chris.
1, 2.
Chris Tucker, man, made that fucking movie.
Yeah.
No joke.
The side characters in that movie were so outlandish and well written. If you look at one of my favorite villains of all time, Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zog. Like Gary Oldman played that fucking character to a T, and like it's just so fucking dumb. It was perfect. They had the plastic hat thing on with a hair combed
Dude.
over to the side. And the way he was just,
Wasn't
the
he
way
the-
he acted,
was-
they even gave him like a limp. Like he had a
Wasn't
busted
he-
knee. Like he had those little character defects that made the character more realistic.
Wasn't he Commissioner Gordon in Batman?
Yes. Yeah, and the ones with
That's what I was.
Christian
yeah,
Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was great. And then like they had Devo as the
my
president.
God. Yeah.
And dude, just the whole movie was fantastic. If you want like it's hard. Sci-fi is hard to make, especially when you do anything with spaceships and shit, because everything is automatically compared to Star Trek and Star Wars. And those things are such
That's
cultural.
because they're so huge.
They're so ingrained in the popular culture of society, in our mentality. Like, what can you?
It's so popular that people who don't even know what the fuck it is wear T-shirts.
Yeah.
And like just say, "Oh yeah, like a Jedi" or some shit like that.
I
Like,
would
they don't know
say
what the fuck they're talking about.
Random ass people in some hut in the middle of nowhere in a third world country know that Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader are related. You know? Like, it's such a big thing. Everybody knows. Like, even my daughter now knows. I let them watch all the Star Wars,
Did you?
and they were just like, "What? No!" But it's so hard to make a
Jump
good.
down the damn pit.
When's the last time you saw a really fantastic like science fiction movie or like movie of shows? Not TV shows, because there's a couple TV shows that are fantastic besides Star Wars or Star Trek, but movies. Like, I could think of like a horror movie, Pandorum. I love that movie.
I haven't seen that.
I hate horror movies. It's like my one genre I don't like, but Pandorum is
TV
fantastic.
shows. I'm getting nothing but TV shows.
I know. And if you're looking at movies,
That's rough.
there's a few.
Oh wait, Starship Trooper.
Starship Troopers was.
Come on.
I fucking love the movie. The
Come
first
on
one. The follow-ups were all trash.
Come on.
I heard they're going to reboot Starship Troopers soon.
Really?
I fucking hope so. Because I hope they bring back Rico's Roughnecks and make
Dude.
him Ratchet. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope. Like if they switched out Ratchet and made him Rico, and it's like a continuation of the war.
Dude.
Because I read the book on that.
Did
I
you?
had in science and mythology class in high school, and they made us read the actual book. Bro, it's way different. Like everybody's.
Strum?
Yeah. Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody had all the humans had like mech suit armor. Think like StarCraft. Like
Yeah.
they had like the big mech suits, and there was actually 2 alien races they were fighting against. And I can't say their names because one of them's super racist, but it was written in the 50s, and the other one was the insect race, and they just completely took like a very basic. Basically, they took the names and then made the movie, and then put blurs woo in the trailer that got everybody hyped, and I saw the movie like 6 times in theaters. And
Did you really?
I've seen it like 100 times.
Oh, shit.
I fucking love that movie. It's a great movie. That scene where they're all on top of the base, and
Oh, dude,
the
and they're
first
just
time,
fucking
and you
like,
see that swarm come at him for the
and they're
first
just
time.
blasting.
At the time, you had never seen shit like that on the big screen, and you were just like, "Oh fuck!" There's like 8 dudes with machine guns.
Shit just done got real.
It's the year 3600, and they still got machine guns because they didn't have the budget for laser guns.
They were advanced, bigger machine guns.
No, it was terrible.
The ammo capacity was higher, and the bullets were lighter, therefore easy to carry.
It's also a super quotable movie because you got all those like little quotes here and there, and then you got the flip 6-3 hole with that dope ass. Like they invented arena football before it even existed. What arena football didn't exist when that movie came out. They had it in that movie.
I completely forgot about that shit. Damn.
Yep. And it was
Dude,
brutal too.
Dude, I'm talking about all these movies makes me want to rewatch all of them.
I'm saying, right?
Like, dude, fuck it. We need to have like a movie night where we just get like big ass tubs of popcorn and just watch these things.
Dude, I'm fucking down.
And then we can do like our version of Robot Chicken to it.
I'm totally fucking down for that. Like Mystery Science Theater 3000,
yeah.
just shit talking. Well, I forgot what yours was because we went off on 3 different movies of a tangent. Oh, it was
I said Element.
Fifth
the
Element.
Fifth
Yeah.
Element.
So, yeah, the only movie I can think of that it's cheesy as fuck. It's cheesy as fuck. And I know it's one of those movies where it's like a guilty pleasure, but I love the movie Wing Commander.
Never seen that one either.
With Freddie Prinze Jr. and the dude who played Shaggy in the Scooby movie.
I never saw that movie.
It's a low budget ass, really poorly done sci-fi movie, but I watch it every time all the way through, and I'm like, I fucking love this movie. I don't care. They don't even show the aliens because it looks like a bunch of putties from Power Rangers with those shitty brown like gray masks they used to wear.
Dude, the putties were so ridiculous.
So like they know it's shitty, so they do that shaky camera thing every
To
time
hide
when they're
out.
marching. Yeah, but I just love that movie. It's one of those like just total. I should feel bad for liking it, but I don't because I don't care. Next up for me, this is probably in my top 10,
Okay.
top 8 probably. Chronicles of Riddick.
Ooh, see, I didn't add that onto mine.
Pitch Black was good. Pitch
Yeah.
Black I really like, and I really like the third one too. But Chronicles of Riddick, I mean, it's been my Xbox gamer tag.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say what it is because people blow it up, but it's been what, 11 years now. It's been my gamer tag on Xbox.
It's your gamer tag and also what you name your characters when you build a character.
Usually, yeah. Riddick, the character of Riddick had a big impact on me. Like, I fucking love that character. He's like the best anti-hero
What's so
ever.
funny is, like...
Him and, like, Wolverine. Like, I consider them on the same par in terms of character
Fuck
development.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
they're great anti-heroes where they always do the right thing, but they're like a different kind of evil that you need to
Yeah.
fight worse evil.
They're that necessary.
Yes.
That necessary evil
Yeah.
that you need to combat the real evil. While everyone else is being a giant bitch tit.
I love that movie. I've seen it probably 50 times.
How'd you get those eyes?
There's nobody in there can shine my eyes for a pack of menthol cools.
Defiant to the end.
Dude, the whole movie's fantastic, and it was a bummer that it was like, what they say, it was like $200 million to make the movie, and it barely made like $70 million. And I think internationally it made its money back, but it broke even, and that doesn't include marketing. So that's why for the third movie, Vin Diesel actually funded it himself. He like mortgaged his own fucking house and put everything on the line to fund the movie himself and make that movie. And that's why they dialed back from this big interstellar like war to like him on a planet again, because
it was easier and cheaper.
it was like $40 million to make the movie, and he fucking fronted almost all the money.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and him and Tim Miner or whatever his name is wrote it. So, like,
It's a dope movie though.
he took a risk and it paid off because I think he doubled his money back on that movie. But I have the Blu-ray. I love that movie.
Another movie we should watch.
Yeah, it was the only role that Katie Sackhoff has ever been in that I didn't want to open my own wrist because I will never understand why people like her so much. I cannot stand her. She was in Battlestar Galactica, the remake.
Yeah.
I can't watch Battlestar Galactica because I fucking hate that character so much. I just could not get into Battlestar Galactica. What's next?
The Goonies.
Goonies.
The Goonies.
That movie is awful.
The Goonies.
I mean, it's not awful, but I never bonded with that movie.
Hey, you guys.
I don't know. Like, I've watched it like twice, and I never understood, like, there's like all this pop cultural significance about it, and I fell down. That was weird. But I never understood that one. Why do you like that movie so much?
Dude, I don't know. It was just funny to me.
I just liked it. It was funny.
The movie was funny. Like, I love the little, like, Asian kid calling them booby traps. Like, he always emphasized the boobies. Like, you know, like, when you're a kid.
How old were you when you watched that movie, though?
Dude, I was probably, like, 7.
Okay. That makes sense. I
Like
never watched it
7
the first time until I was,
7
like,
or 8.
15 or 16.
For real?
It didn't appeal to me.
Dude.
Like, I watched Stand By Me. I love Stand By Me.
Okay, see, so you know what it is? I think the reason why I watched that younger
Uh-huh.
is because of my brother and sister. They're older than me.
Ah.
Like, they're 80s kids, whereas I'm really more of a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Born in the 80s, but really grew up in the 90s, whereas they were born early 80s and grew up in the 80s.
Okay.
So to them, like, that movie was probably around when they were, well, teenagers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would put that movie in the same category with, like, a Stand By Me. And not in terms of, like, whether you think it's great or not, but just in the category of type of movie and with, like, Sandlot.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sandlot's, like, one of the best movies of all time. It's like one of those where it's like it's about kids, but adults still love the movie.
Yeah.
Because it
I
reminds them
still
of when
like
they
that
were
movie
kids.
today.
I love that movie. The second one was
Even though
trash.
I sucked at baseball.
You sucked at sports in
I
general.
did.
Except
Yeah.
wrestling.
Dude, like, seriously, if you're a fat kid, I'm just going to let you know, start working out a little bit so you have some, like, fat muscle.
Yeah, you don't want to be sloppy fat.
Guarantee you when you become an adult, you're going to be A-okay. If you're sloppy fat, you're going to have some struggles.
So basically you have some like nostalgic ties to that movie then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like for me, I remember more like watching it with my brother and sister, you know, and then giggling when the kid said booby traps because he said boobies. You know, like I was that young to where I was
Gotcha.
like,
So, like,
he said boobies, I'm gonna say booby traps.
You were
too.
kind of being included in something with your older brother and sister, and it like made you feel like you were special, and you kind of I got you.
Yeah, that and the short nerdy kid got to kiss his older brother's girlfriend.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so like it was just like, yeah.
Isn't that kind of like Wendy Peppercorn when the little nerdy kid kissed her after faking drowning in Sandlot, right?
Wendy Peppercorn. What was his name? Squints.
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 Yeah, Squints. He grew up and married her. They had like 19 kids, and he owned the pharmacy or some shit at the end of the movie. Next up, this is obviously higher too. Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Bruh. That's on my list.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
It's on my list.
Mel Brooks, man.
Come on now.
You don't make movies like Mel Brooks made anymore because one, they can't.
No.
You can't make good movies anymore because they don't have social justice messages in.
Dude, Mel Brooks could not exist in today's culture.
Nah.
Like, but oh man, those movies, dude, Blazing Saddles.
You could definitely not make They tried to cancel Blazing Saddles.
American History X. I mean, come on now.
Mel Brooks didn't make American History X.
Or not American History X.
I was gonna say, you go curve stomp somebody?
History Around the World. That's what it is.
Okay, the History of the World Part 1.
That's what it is. Yeah. Let's hear it for the Queen, everybody.
It's good to be the king.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Kiss the boobies. It's good to be the king.
The Inquisition. Let's begin the Inquisition. Look out, dude! I'm telling you,
you could never make movies like that anymore. What's gonna suck too, because of this whole cancel culture thing. Movies and television for like the next 5 to 10 years is gonna be absolute fucking trash.
Kids ain't gonna have no sense of damn humor.
They're not gonna. No, it's gonna be trash. It's gonna be like all this. Everything has to have a message or like some political crap mixed in, which if done correctly. Like say like how old Star Trek used to do it, where they would incorporate that kind of stuff, where it was like it was done in a thoughtful way, where it would make the watcher go, maybe I should rethink my stance on that. Perhaps a more progressive outlook would be warranted.
Basically,
but now it's just like believe what we believe. It's here in your face, and it's just like no, fuck you, because it creates a counterculture, and you're just like no, fuck you. So yeah, but Mel Brooks, man.
I don't know how you
Monty
not
Python.
Watch those movies and laugh your ass off.
I don't know. Even my wife loved Monty Python.
You know what? Fuck it. It's on my list, so I'm just gonna say it right now. Spaceballs.
That's on my list too. That's like that would be in top 5.
How many fuckers know about going plaid? Oh, and by the way, all you stupid motherfuckers watching Star Wars and saying, "Oh, who's ever seen Space Skids before?" They did it in fucking Spaceballs.
Space Skids. Talk about when he burned the Winnebago out and turned it around.
Yeah. And what did Poe do in the fucking movie? Remember? I think it was the Return of the Jedi or some shit.
Oh, and that was Last Jedi.
Yeah, Last Jedi.
The movie in which we do not speak.
Yeah.
Travesty.
You
of
remember
film.
that? He did like a little space skid.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's so innovative. Oh, no one's done that before.
Lone Star and Barf did it first.
That's what I'm saying.
Lone Star and Barf did that shit first, right? And then they jammed the radar.
They did.
Nobody gives me the blackberry. Raspberry.
No, raspberry. Raspberry. We've been jammed, sir. Taste. What flavor? Lone Star.
Sir, can you come here for a minute, sir? What is it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what, and the what? You know, the bleeps.
Oh, dude, yeah. The guy from Police Academy.
Michael Winslow.
Yeah. Oh, dude, one of my favorite parts.
He was the best part of Police Academy. Him and Hightower.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, and in Police Academy,
I always wanted his strength to just rip a seat out of a fucking car and get in that shit.
Police Academy 4. One of my favorite like fucked up funny villains of all time is Bobcat Goldthwait as the gang leader. You never see anybody like him since.
Dude, that guy was on so many drugs.
He was. No, his stand-up comedy was hilarious. And he had that movie with John Candy, where John Candy was the horse, and it was called Hot to Trot.
Never seen that.
Dude, you never seen Hot to Trot?
I've never seen Hot to Trot.
It's one of those 80s movies where it's like, what the fuck? And then you watch it and you're like, this is amazing. Like,
I'll have to watch it
it's like a horse that John Candy was. It was like a talking horse, and only he could hear it. And it was like... It's an 80s kind of movie, but if you're in the mood for that kind of fucked up with comedy, it's great. It was
I'll
great.
have to watch that shit. Dude, one of my favorite parts in Spaceballs is when they're reversing the film. And Lord Helmet goes flying across the fucking spaceship.
No. Fast forward past this.
And you just hear, boom!
In fact, never play this again.
Oh man, and they plugged their own merch in the movie.
Dude, do you want to know why? So they had to talk to George Lucas to get permission to make the movie, because obviously it would have been some copyright shit. And he said, absolutely, parody the movie all you want. One caveat: absolutely no merchandise is allowed to be made. because they didn't want the merch. It was a time merchandise for Star Wars was like fucking kicking,
Oh.
and they didn't want the merchandise to get confused and cause some kind of a weird dip or problem. So that's why they had that in there, and that's why literally you can search now. There is no fucking Spaceball merchandise. If you go on eBay or someplace like Etsy or something, I found like fan made shit.
Yeah.
Like you can find T-shirts printed or whatever, but there's no official merchandise for that movie per the agreement with LucasArts.
No shit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Because I would
didn't know
love.
that.
I want a Lord helmet, fucking like a giant. I want a giant 6-foot Lord helmet with Rick Moranis sipping some fucking coffee in the corner of my room,
Dude.
or like a cardboard cutout of him and their Schwartz entangled. I hate it when I get my Schwartz tangled.
The Schwartz. The Schwartz.
Oh, what a world!
Ippity uppity. Upsy daisy.
Upsy daisy.
I'm telling you, those movies are fucking classic.
They're so classic. I have the whole box set of all the Mel Brooks movies, and they're all just amazing. What's
okay,
next?
Your turn.
Happy Gilmore.
I forgot about Happy
Like,
Gilmore. It is
Happy
all
Gilmore-
in the hips.
Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. They're like right there. Those
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
some of his best movies.
Absolutely.
And I've watched them so many times.
Dude.
Like it's always rewatchable. Like no matter what. Like the music is on par. It's one of those like kind of almost raunchy kind of comedies, but it has so much heart and it's so well written.
Dude,
It's just
I
fantastic.
have a funny story for you right now because you mentioned Happy Gilmore. So, Lauren went outside and she locked herself out the apartment. And so she was like buzzing the speaker. And she texts me and calls me. She's like, "Hey, can you come let me in? I forgot my keys upstairs and I need to get going." And I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem." So I go up to the buzzer thing, and at first I was just like, "Who goes there?" You know, like, we don't want none of your Girl Scout cookies. Now go away.
First, you must answer me these questions 3.
So that's-
Yea, the other side, ye see.
Dude, so then she's like, "Paul, there's people outside. Just let me in." Well, now I'm intrigued. So, dude, I hit the buzzer. I wanna kiss you all over. Yeah, she started hitting the talk button to mute me.
Did you start licking the intercom like? Won't you come up, make it all better?
It was a good time.
It's just a
That
great
movie, man.
It's a
I'm
great
if that
movie.
movie didn't exist, I wouldn't have had that thought process.
And Apollo Creed is in that movie.
he is.
He is.
It's all in the
The
hips.
hips.
It's all in the hips.
Don't worry about that hand there. Made of wood. Real strong. Crunch. Hooked my ball down by a lake. Went down to get it. Damn alligator popped up. Took my hand off. But I tore one of that bastard's eyes out. Oh my gosh.
He rattled it too. Oh my god, man! You remember Shooter McGavin? Shooter McGavin.
No. I had to put off Frankenstein's fat foot. Remember? You got to play the ball as it lies. I didn't make the rules.
Oh man, you remember when the dude got shot with a nail gun in the head? Oh shit!
What's your next one?
All right, my next one, Coming to America.
Bro, that's on my list too.
Coming to America.
The quintessential 80s movie.
The royal penis is clean.
Bro, that movie is absolute comedic cinematic perfection from beginning to end. Character development. Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let your soul glow, baby. That's the shit.
Oh, that boy good.
All the
sexual.
all the side characters, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You got Arsenio Hall as the preacher. And I don't know if you remember. But okay, so I got a story for you about this.
I got the movie in my head.
Okay.
And I'm rethinking shit.
Medium Ian was getting married, right? I was the best man at the wedding.
Yeah, I was standing right next to you.
Okay. So
I was up there with
I
you.
spent like a fucking week trying to write some dumbass best man speech, And it was all like, what a great couple. They're all so heartfelt. And I'm like, I'm throwing it out. And I'm like, bro, this is not me. And this is not his relationship. And I'm sitting there just pondering. And I'm watching. I had Coming to America playing in the background. I was sitting at the computer desk on the other side of the room. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, I hear the preacher. And I'm just like, bro, I'm just going to do the black preacher.
That's the way to do it.
When Daryl didn't told everybody that she accepted his marriage proposal, but she didn't, and he comes up and he's like, "Ha ha! I want y'all to hold on, like Daniel in the lights. Help get off the island." I have the video still. If I can find it, I'll post it here. But when I quoted that movie,
it was the best.
It's funny because Courtney gave her speech before mine, and it was heartfelt and teary, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's so great," and it was a good speech. I'm not saying nothing, but it was a good speech.
It was a good speech.
But right afterwards, I'm like,
funny
"All right, none of this bullshit." So I did that, and like I have you see the video, the whole fucking audience, you had like 300 people. Everybody was just like, "Oh!" That whole white crowd turned into a black wedding in like 2 seconds because Coming to America is amazing. I love that movie, man.
Sidebar on speaking at people's wedding. I got his whole family and Dana's whole family to wish them happy sex without them even knowing it.
It was a Braveheart quote.
It was.
McCulloch.
Wallace! I never understood
that shit. How do you transition from McCulloch to Wallace?
I think they were all just confused on what to say, and they were just like, fuck it.
And for context, it was the scene in Braveheart. Let's just fuck it. Braveheart's top number 2 on my list of all time. If we're going all the way up there right now, whatever. But Braveheart is amazing. And there's that scene right after his wife gets killed by the English, and they go and attack the base, and it causes the Scottish to rise up.
Yeah.
And he slices the guy's throat, and they're all standing outside, and he's just standing there covered in blood, and he's like, Amish's father is like, McCulloch. And then also just like, Wallace! I remember sitting in theaters going, wait, what?
But if you listen, they're chanting both at the same time.
I know, it's confusing. So McCulloch must be some like Gaelic shit or something.
I have no idea. Dude. But so yeah, that was a fun moment for me because while I was thinking of the speech for him,
you got to tell them about the chirp from the Nextel and the whole thing that, because you guys, every time you guys would do it with your girlfriends or your wives or whoever.
Me. Ian did that shit.
Y'all remember the chirp with the Nextel?
Yeah.
And you could just literally start yelling into the speaker no matter where you were at.
Motherfucker, 3 o'clock in the damn morning, my ass has to wake up at 5 to go to work. I get this chirp from Medium Ian going, McCulloch! Because he just has sex. So my initial response, good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. Put the thing back down and went back to sleep.
It was like something that these two had where like every time one of them would do it, they would chirp him right afterwards. Like the chick she was still like, what was her name?
I think that was
it the gerbil girl?
Was it Jen?
Jen, yeah.
I think so.
She was laying there next to him. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. He's just yelling McCulloch.
Keep in mind, this was like 15 years ago, too. So.
Yeah. So, like, his wedding's coming up, and I'm thinking of, like, a speech to do for him. And I'm like him. I don't like shit to be all sappy and traditional. I wanted to make people laugh and do something that was going to make me laugh on the inside, too. And then I get a text from his big ass. Hey, dude, keep it clean. I don't want to offend anybody in the family.
Well, to be specific, there was like 3 people from my family there and like 147 from my wife's.
Dude, like straight up, I was going to come up with some funny, dirty shit. I was like on a roll, and then I get that text. I was like, fuck! So I devised a plan to where during my speech, I asked everybody in the family, because I told them that it was a thing between us and that we would understand and appreciate it. So I got every single one of them in that room to yell McCulloch for them. fuck yeah.
They had no idea what they were saying.
Nobody knew what the fuck they were saying, and I got them to yell loud and proud, baby.
And him, me, he's up on stage. Me and Ian are like a couple tables away from each other, and my buddy Kurt, and we're all just fucking dying laughing,
bro.
Dana's like, "What's happening?"
Oh my god, dude, it was so funny because then like his sister-in-law and brother-in-law come up. What's McCulloch mean? Yeah.
What's the next one?
Shit, is it my turn? No, it's your turn. It was on Coming to America.
Oh, okay. Coming to America was on mine too, so I'm gonna skip that one. Dodgeball.
Okay.
I like Dodgeball and Zoolander. They're like right there. There's just those like goofy, fucking
Blue
random ass
Steel.
comedies where they're quotable as shit. I can put it on anytime and watch it, and it's like if I'm bored and there's nothing on, it's like fuck it, I put Dodgeball on. It's just one of those movies. Like I love that movie.
Dude, Dodgeball is.
Ben Stiller. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I was just about to say that.
Michelle.
I love it when he hops onto the fucking moped. And then he drives away. It's his posture change.
Yeah. I love Ben Stiller, man. Ben Stiller's fucking
Dude,
hysterical. He can
Ben
act
Stiller-
really good, like Along Came Polly or Something About Mary.
There was another movie that he did that was like really serious, where he like traveled and shit.
Oh, yeah. He was like he was like following his dreams. He went to Iceland. He was like
Yeah.
fucking like skateboarding down the road and traveling all over the world. I saw the movie. It was awesome.
I never saw it, but I wanted to see it, but I never remember the name of it.
It's one of those movies you got to be in the mood for. I went into the theater by myself and saw it. 'Cause sometimes I don't like to go to the movies with people. Like for those kind of movies, that's not a group movie. That's like a me wanting to have an experience
And
movie.
just chill, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw it
feel
by
you.
myself, and it was really good. What the fuck was the name of it?
I don't
Damn.
know.
It's gonna piss me off, but that was,
Alright.
yeah.
So
Next one.
mine, Trading Places.
Trading Places. That's a fantastic movie.
Eddie Murphy.
Another Dan Aykroyd,
Dan
Jamie
Aykroyd,
Lee
yeah.
Curtis. That's a great movie.
Looking good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good, Louis. I'm just glad I got to be Eddie Murphy in that.
Dude, I'm saying that,
Um,
that movie when Dan Aykroyd plays the Rasta. You remember that shit? Oh man, I hope cancel.
Merry New Year!
Dude, I hope cancel culture don't go after that one.
It probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
the
man.
best part, the thing that I love about that movie and Coming to America is the tie-in. So that Trading Places came first,
Yep.
and in the end he ruined Randolph and Mortimer.
Yep.
And they're living on the streets and shit.
Yep.
And then in Coming to America, Hakeem gave them that giant wad of money that he stole from Arsenio Hall, and they're like, Mortimer, we're back. So they had
That's right, I forgot about that.
yeah, so like they tied the movies together. It was so fucking perfect. But yeah, Trading Places is fantastic.
Fuck
And
yeah, dude.
It's just one of those movies when he was the one thing that always stands out. It's like those little scenes that aren't like amazing, but when he's in prison, right before he gets released, right after they ruined Dan Aykroyd and framed him.
Yeah.
And they brought him out of prison to bring him in to be that role, the little experiment or whatever. And he's trying to talk shit to the two big ass dudes in the jail, those two huge black dudes, like 400, like they're like your size.
Yep.
And the one guy's like talking shit. He's like, "Oh yeah, you there?" And the big guy's just like, "Yeah, yeah," just like for like 3 minutes. And then just one of those scenes that sticks out for some reason. I don't know why. I fucking love that movie.
Movies are classic.
That's a great
man.
movie. Bloodsport.
I forgot all about Bloodsport.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's
Dude.
single best movie.
When he goes off,
Frank Dukes, man.
when he goes blind and shit.
It's all slow motion. Meanwhile, this whole like long ass scream sequence and Chong Li didn't kick him in the fucking face. I would like, what are you doing, Chong Li?
He acted like a big ass fucking baby too. You remember that shit? He was all like,
Yeah, but then he centered himself and he remembered his training.
Yup.
Yep. He used
Whooped
that dim
his
mock, death touch.
Brick no hit back.
That movie is like I love cheesy 80s martial arts
Hey
movies.
lady, you ever been with a
Big
real
man.
before?
That's right. His character is like that's
I love
perfect.
that dude.
He had zero fighting skill. He was just big and
Dude,
angry.
I love it. After the brick thing, he's just like, Just all crazy as shit. Instantly, I knew that man was my spirit animal.
Yep.
And I also remembered him as Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes. Yep.
That's my pie.
But like that movie is so good because it was the first movie. Like I said, I love cheesy 80s martial arts movies like that.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
it was a great time because literally you could watch the movie Bloodsport 5 more times because you had The Quest and you had Kickboxer.
Oh,
and you
dude.
pretty much every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie after that was the exact same fucking plot line. And they were all Kickboxer was amazing.
Don't nobody dance like JCVD.
The Quest was awful.
I don't think I've seen the
Don't
Quest.
ever watch it. It's if you've seen Bloodsport, you've seen The Quest, but it's on an island.
Oh, okay.
It's the same fucking movie. But Bloodsport was just it was really well done and like it was probably some of the best acting he's ever done considering he's not the best actor in the world. But I just love Jean-Claude Van Damme. And when he finally did a bad guy role in the fuck was that the Expendables?
Mm-hmm.
He was the Expendable 2, I think.
Yeah.
He was like the villain. I think he should have played more villains because he was an excellent villain.
Although, Street Fighter.
Oh, Colonel Guile, bro.
Come on now.
I'm going to get in my boat. I'm going to go upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it. Now who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me? Like 18 people in the army because it was low budget as fuck. That movie is like the ultimate 80s, 90s cheese. Raul Julia. That's on my list, by the way.
You remember E Honda?
E Honda, yes.
When he's getting like beat up. Dude, how'd you do that? Body here.
Is there a breeze in here or something?
Mine somewhere else, bro.
That movie is, I love that movie front to back. It's like, you should hate it.
But you can't.
It's so good. And then
You can't hate that movie.
the best part about the entire movie is Raul Julia as M. Bison. Have you ever watched the making of that movie?
Nah.
So Raul Julia, that was his last movie. He was suffering with like extreme stomach cancer.
Was it really?
He was in severe pain for most of that movie. And he gave like a final performance that it was just like, that was Raul Julia. Like that dude could act. And he was so over the top. When I can't see anybody else ever playing Bison. When they made that shitty Chun-Li movie with the chick from Smallville,
Yeah.
Kristen Crook,
Yeah.
Lana. Man, they ruined her character later in that show. But
Well, don't
they
ruin it for me.
they had the dude with the guy from the guy who always plays like most of the time he plays bad guys. Except
the
he was
blonde dude who,
with the
walking
blue
tall.
eyes. Yeah, walking tall. Yeah, he was the
Yeah, yeah.
casino owner. He played Bison. And he had like magical powers and shit. It was so fucking dumb.
Bison.
So dumb. And I had a huge crush on Christian Crook at the time, and even that couldn't save that shitty movie. So bad. Chun-Li will always be Chun-Li from Street Fighter the movie. I'm sorry. It just was. When I was a kid, I had the hugest crush on her.
Always was. Always will be. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Go ahead.
All right, so we already did Trading Places. We already mentioned Spaceballs.
Yep.
Yeah,
Major Payne?
buddy.
It's on my list too.
Yeah, buddy.
Major Payne, dude. I love
Go
Major
make
Payne.
these boys strong.
Again, quotable, front to back.
You said you were gonna kick me in the face. You calling me a liar? Boots his ass in the face.
All right, my little Brussels sprouts, uproot yourselves. Get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow, ladies, we gonna start the hard stuff.
By far, definitely like up there for me. It's definitely like one of my top 5 movies for sure.
And the last
Dude.
the last scene with Tiger leading the like busted ass little. Now here we are together, ready to do whatever. We started out as boys, now we're men and we're making noise. Oh yeah, oh yeah, here we go. That song was fire. The whole thing was fire.
Go Tiger, go Tiger.
But again, it's one of those movies where it's like, it's just it's just a real good comedy movie. But that
Dude, when I was a kid, I laughed my ass off.
the
to that
character development of Cadet Alex Stone and the relationship between him, like that father figure thing, and then you got like the tiger thing, and then you got the relationship between him and Miss Walburn, and like how he's it's basically him becoming human again after being sort of dehumanized by the military.
Yeah.
It actually has a little bit of a dark undertone if you think about it.
Absolutely.
Because like
Sensitive.
yeah, I will be sensitive to his needs.
As he's using a fucking cookery.
But like
Sometimes I like to hang upside down.
blindfolded,
Take my gun apart.
clean it real
And then put it back together real fast. Like
before my
before
nose
starts to bleed.
Is there anything else you like that doesn't involve war? What about dancing? I've known to cut a little rug in my...
Comes out doing the fucking robot. Dude, when he farts, it makes the kid pass out. Crap, dude, I died laughing. Died laughing when I saw that shit for the first time.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Ibbity, 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 ibbity. What you laughing at, Porky?
When they tried to frame him for like pedophile shit, and they tried to get pictures of him in the bed with
my
Porky
God,
Rat
yeah.
in the dress, and he wakes up and scares him out, and then he makes them all march around.
In the dress.
Love my bed. Used to be Samson, now I'm Ann.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta earn my right to be called a man.
Sound off. Oh, man. I want to watch that shit now.
It's so I watched it like 3 days ago.
Oh,
I loved
did you?
It. Yeah, I did. I watched.
Man.
I let my kids watch it for the first time, and they fucking loved it. It's a great
How
movie.
could you not? That
It's a movie. One of those movies though that women mostly don't like because they find his voice annoying.
That's the best part.
I agree.
It's
The
so
whole-
over the top. That's what makes him
The
him.
whole movie is fantastic. It's so well written.
When he
The
fucking
characters are
shoots
so
into
good.
the closet. There, if he's still in there, he ain't happy.
Mr. Payne just eliminated that bad man with his straight prejudice, and if he's still in there, he ain't happy. I love you, Mr. Payne. He flips him around. You plotting on me, boy? But you know I can snap your neck in 32 different places. He's just trying to show you affection.
Well, I don't
Like it. Make me feel all funny. And of course, one of the best scenes of any movie of all time, the little engine that could.
Oh my. Take it.
He has that flashback to Nam. To realize that Charlie rigged the blade with plastic explosive. And boom! Blood and spitting ass everywhere.
I was just left with me and my side.
Bubba
I
come,
had to blast my way out.
Bubba come
I saw what you did to my friend.
Bubba come crawling out the back. Pain. Pain. I can't feel my legs. I said, Bubba, they ain't there. And them little nubs just kicking real fast. We're gonna keep going, so let's just move on. But suffice to say,
How do you scream like that? My throat hurts
I'm-
so bad.
I'm on my
right
third
now.
bottle of water right now.
Woo!
Next up, 300.
Oh,
300.
I didn't even think to put that on there.
That movie was just like culturally
Iconic,
impactful
man.
and iconic. Yeah, that's a
It was
great way to put it.
iconic.
The second one was meh until they ruined the guy's character with that unnecessary, gratuitous sex scene with the dumb chick
Yeah.
that played, what was that fucking shitty ass Marvel show on Netflix that I hate with the chick?
Oh, Shield? Agents of Shield?
No, the one with the chick who was like super powerful, but they toned her
Oh!
down. Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. Yeah.
So I hate that show with a passion.
I've
And they
only
ru-
seen one episode and I couldn't get past it.
I don't like her, that actress. I can't stand her.
She's got an RBF, but
too,
like,
she's too RBF for me, and her. She's always just like a downer.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't like her, but she was like the Xerxes' sister or some shit or whatever. And the second one was meh, but the first one, man, the first one was just
First one was
fantastic.
the shit.
It's-
I never saw the second one, but the first one was the shit.
When 300 came out, you never saw a movie like that.
No.
Like,
Hell no.
that's really Zack Snyder's only claim to fame. Because 300 was like, wow, this guy's a revolutionary director. And then they fucked everything else he did after that up. Except Sucker Punch was okay. Sucker Punch was okay with Emily Browning.
Never saw that one.
It was like a...
It didn't look appealing to me, so I never watched it.
It was okay. It was different. Like, it was kind of dark, and it was
Dude.
a weird setting. But it was an interesting concept, and it was kind of well executed.
Dude,
But
Leonidas.
That's the show that kicked
That's my
off Gerard
motherfucker right
Butler's.
there.
That show kicked off Gerard Butler's career,
Dude.
and he hasn't done anything that good since. Some of his movies are okay, but not that good.
What was the Enemy of the State? That was pretty good.
Oh, that was probably his best one. Besides that, 'cause he ended up burning everything. He got killed at the end of that one, but that was the good movie.
Dude, 300. It's like that classic warrior movie that just makes you want to be a warrior. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
When you're a teenager,
like
yeah.
you bow to no man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
even though you're outnumbered, it's just like that iron will gets. Oh, dude, I love that fucking movie so
Yeah.
much.
And just the way it was
When he
shot.
tells them to come take their weapons, bruh. I got some Scandinavian blood. That gave me tingles.
But the characters were so good. The side characters were so good. The plot was so good. The subplot with him and his wife, which also, by the way, that was Lena Headey's one of her first roles,
Really?
who also was in Game of Thrones, and
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
also the mother in Terminator Terminator the TV show.
I
That
never
was
saw
actually
that.
it was so good.
Never saw that.
It got canceled after like 3 seasons.
Hmm.
It was fucking good. It was with Summer Glau, who played River from Serenity
My
and
queen.
Firefly.
Really?
Yeah, she was the Terminator. Yeah, it was, dude. I'm telling you, I think I own it. I don't remember, but if I own it, I'll let you borrow it. It's
I have to watch that shit.
surprisingly good. It should never have been canceled. But she played Sarah Connor, and she got that like rough chick look to play Sarah Connor.
300 was a good one.
300 was so good though. Your turn.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna say one word, and you're gonna know what this is. You ready for this?
Do it. I'm ready.
Inconceivable.
Oh, Princess Bride.
I'm saying. Come on now.
The Princess Bride is fantastic. I love that movie. That was a movie where I actually, fifth grade, my teacher read the book to us before I ever saw the movie. And then
Oh,
that's
really?
one of the few movie adaptations of a book that actually really shines and holds up. Like
Really?
they leave a few things out, but they kept it really true to the original source
I
material.
never read the book, so
Yeah, they kept it. Obviously, they took some stuff out, but
they do every book.
they
Otherwise, the movies
they
would be way
nailed
too
it.
long.
Like I think that was a Mel Brooks movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
So like they fucking nailed that movie. At least he was the grandfather in it that was reading to Fred Savage,
Yes.
that was telling him a story. I don't know if it was his movie or not, but that movie was
it-
fantastic.
Was that Mel Brooks, the grandfather?
He was the
He
grandfather.
had all
yeah.
that makeup and shit on. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, Mel Brooks was the grandfather.
But it
reading
was
to
the guy
fake-
from oh god, what is it? It was that old ass show. Wonder Years?
Yeah, Fred Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the kid.
Whoa, what'd you do?
If I sing out of tune,
Would you stand up and walk out on me?
name me a dude currently between 30 and 35 that did not have a crush on Wendy
Bruh.
from Wonder Years.
Bruh.
I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna say, they don't make them like that no more.
And now she's like a mathematician and like some kind of a
Right?
math genius. So she wrote books
Yeah.
about like
She was also
crazy shit.
She got older and she was on another show. Step by Step.
No, she wasn't on Step by Step.
Wasn't that Step by Step?
No,
Who
you're
was
thi-
that?
you're
Because
thinking
because the chick who was in Step by Step.
You're thinking about Karen, the ditzy middle sister.
Oh, that's not the same person, is it?
No, it's not.
No, but she was a mathematician.
No,
Are you sure you're not confusing those two?
I just watched the entire series of Step by Step with my kids.
That doesn't shock me. So, okay.
Because
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
we got through Family Matters with Urkel 4 times because they love Urkel because it's one of the best TV shows ever.
They legit named a dinosaur on Ark
Yep.
after Urkel.
2 of them. They made me name one Steve and one Myrtle after his cousin that was also played by Steve. But yeah, Princess Bride is just one of those movies that's like, it's good for the whole family. It's like your classic like fairy tale that's just so well done. And Wesley, his character, that guy, that was his role of a lifetime right there. Because he hasn't done much after that I would consider good, except he played, the fuck was the name of the character in Psych, the art thief. In those 2 episodes of 2 or 3 episodes of Psych, where he was the art thief that was like almost the match for
Yeah,
Sean's
I
wits
know
or
who
whatever.
you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
don't remember what the name of the character was. But it was funny, yeah.
Yep. I only got a few left,
Me
but
too.
next one is Serenity.
Ooh.
Because
See, I was thinking about that. I liked that movie. I did like it. But I preferred Firefly.
so the reason I love Serenity so much, one,
Wrapped it up.
I never watched. I skipped Firefly when it came out because
So did I. I didn't even know about Firefly until you fucking introduced me to it.
I saw ooh, high budget space movie because I'm a sci-fi freak. So I went to the theater and saw it by myself.
2x2, Hands of Blue.
And by the end of that movie, I was like, "Oh my fucking gosh, this is one of the best sci-fi movies I've
Chick
ever
was a
fucking seen in my
badass
life."
that movie.
Dude, Serenity is one of the most well put together sci-fi movies. It's got the cast of Serenity and Firefly is because Firefly beat Hercules,
First of
and
all-
Next Generation is my favorite TV show of all time.
All I'm going
And
to
there's
say
only 13 episodes.
is the fact that Wash dies is bullshit.
You know what's funny too? When they had their 10-year anniversary, Josh Whedon said if he had known that the show would have been such a cult hit and still be so popular 10, 15 years later, he never would have killed Wash.
Never should have killed him.
But he had to die in Serenity to wrap it up. It made sense. I liked it in the movie.
He was a leaf on the wind.
But the best part, I didn't know that the movie wrapped up the original sort of main plot line with River and what she had in her head from the show.
She was such a badass.
But
Such a badass.
It
If
made
you've never
me
seen
go-
that movie, you have to watch it.
I literally left the theater, drove to Best Buy, bought the Blu-ray collection of Firefly, went home, and binged that shit. And I have probably watched it straight through at least 100 times.
I wish that they would bring it back on Netflix.
I
Because the order that they played it on Netflix worked.
That's because the order that they played it on Netflix actually made sense. When they
Yeah.
during the actual release of it on TV,
Yeah, they played it
They
out of
played it out of
sorts.
order. They played the second train job first, played the first episode second, and then they mixed the last 3 episodes up, fucked everything up. Fox sucks. Fox always cancels like the best sci-fi because they're too expensive to make. But
You know what that makes us?
big damn heroes.
Ain't we just?
One of my
Now, I
favorite.
don't know about you, but if you see the big man on the spaceship over there, he's looking to kill some folk.
The best thing about that movie, about Serenity, is Malcolm Reynolds is one of my all-time favorite like hero
Dude.
anti-heroes, right?
Dude,
but
say,
your hero is only as good as your villain. And the operative is probably one of the most well-written, well-acted fucking villains ever. Like, that dude can fucking act. And now he's famous. That was like one of his first roles, besides a couple smaller roles. And now he's all over the place.
really?
Yeah. And he is such a good actor. And the way he did that character, it was so like almost like over the top Shakespearean. And the way that he knew he was a monster.
Yeah,
and he
but he
wasn't gonna live
embraced it.
but he embraced it.
Yeah.
And oh dude, the movie was so good. And
It
it
was
always
fucked up.
did shit that Malcolm Reynolds did shit that was unexpected.
You want to see the real me?
Yeah, that was from the show, but yeah.
Dude.
But like when they attacked Shepherd Book's little camp and killed all of them,
Oh, dude. Yeah,
and
yeah.
he aimed to misbehave, so to speak.
Yep.
And then he took all of the settlers' bodies, strapped them like all these people that they know, they were their friends, and he said, "Fuck it," strapped them all to the hood of the thing, turned their ship into a reaver ship, and went to Miranda. That shit was dark. Like it wasn't like painted as dark as it was because it wasn't like they didn't set the tone with the music. But if you think about what they did, that shit was fucking dark, dude.
Hands down, one of the best TV shows ever, by the way.
It's the best TV show ever,
Like,
in my opinion. Firefly is
bruh.
the best TV show ever.
I could watch that shit over and over and
Over and over again. It's so good.
Oh,
Yeah,
now I
the
wanna watch
characters,
that shit.
those are the best characters. And when I watched the behind the scenes on that show, and they talked about Joss Whedon, Tim Miner, and the writers and shit, they were talking about all the stuff that you don't hear about. That the one thing that was fascinating to me, and it was just like, oh, dude, that's exactly what it is. When he was talking about how after the war and Serenity Valley, Mal Brook, like he lost part of himself, like he lost his faith. All the other crew members represent a part of Mal that he lost during the war.
Oh,
That's what they said.
oh.
Yeah. So you got Shepherd Book, like his religious
faith.
side. You've got his
Yeah.
innocent side in Kaylee. You've got like All the other like wide-eyed shit you got is like Zoe doesn't count. I think they said that she was separate from that. But you've got all those aspects, and he broke them down. You know, there's one scene. I know we're off on a way tangent here, but there's one second going Firefly Forever.
The show is awesome.
There's one scene in the show when they're passing I think it's the first episode, and it's the two-parter, and they're passing by the Reaver ship when they first introduce you to the Reavers, and they have to go dark because they're like, if we run, they have to chase. It's their way. So they just have to go dark and hope. And Nara's in her ship, and she opens up that little box, and it's got the syringe in it. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Why she open up a syringe box? So
it's so she could kill herself.
No, it's fucked up. So she couldn't get any of the writers or the producers to tell her what they had planned for the show. So she said, she's like a wild chick. Like her character in Deadpool is kind of more how she is in real life. Like she's kind of a wild ass chick. She got them all, a couple of the writers, like fucking wasted, right? And started getting information out of them that way. And she said that the plan, and then she got them to admit to it later, and they were talking about it, was something like eventually they were going to kill her character, and it was going to have a massive impact on Mal because he loved her. And she was going to have, it was dark as fuck. Apparently, she was going to be like mass gang raped by the Reavers. And that was like an anti-rape thing. Like anybody that would like do anything to her would be poisoned by that injection and would kill them. So basically the thought was to have Mal finally find her after they kidnapped her, and when you walk into the room, all of the Reavers are dead and she's there broken, and he was gonna like carry her off. But so like you knew what happened, but they didn't have to show it, that like the entire room like fucking gang raped her. And they all died from it. But they didn't actually say that. But you knew what happened because of the syringe. And it was supposed to be like this incredibly dark transitioning moment for Mal's character.
Bro.
I'm saying, right? If that show had continued, can you imagine how fucking amazing it would have been?
My face was just like stuck like...
You have to watch the behind the scenes like 10th anniversary where they break down all this secret shit. It was like, I was sitting there watching it like, dude, if that had happened on a TV show... That would have been amazing television.
That gave me like chills.
Bro, man. I'm saying, right?
Like,
because
I literally, like the hair, you can kind of see my hair just like shot up.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's some dark, awesome writing that could have been. Because like, you know how much they loved each other.
And you know what that would have done to Mal.
Yeah, and it would have, what would have happened to his character? Because she was supposed to die.
He would have gone psychotic.
I don't know what would have happened to him.
He would probably would have went on like a hunting spree for the Reapers.
I almost wonder if they were originally going to use that for him to go to the Miranda planet. Instead of Shepard Book dying right away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that was the TV thing of it. Because I think Inara dying would have had a bigger impact than Shepard dying.
Yeah.
That to Mal. But anyway, I'm going to shut up on my tangent. Go watch the 10-year anniversary like behind the scenes.
I guess he really is decent. I made it lighthearted again.
What's your next one? I got 2 more left. 3 more left.
We already covered Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yep.
Gladiator.
That's okay. Now I only have 2 more left because Gladiator's on mine too.
I got 2 more too, and I think that they're the same.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. There's one that I didn't say yet, but Gladiator's amazing.
Fuck yeah.
I think honestly, besides Last Samurai and Gladiator, they've tried to make a few of those big, epic, like, ancient action movies. Like, Tristan and Isolde is the one I can think got the closest to being good.
To me, that movie with Russell Crowe, man, that was just, like, impactful. Especially since, like, when I was a kid, that came out, like, way, like, I don't know, how many years did that come out after Braveheart?
No idea. But 10, dude, like, maybe a decade after Braveheart?
Dude, like, that was just, like, the next big thing. Like, you have this dude, had everything taken from him. He got sold into slavery, fucking, and then just like fought his way to the top and still wound up avenging his family even after dude sucking punched him with a fucking dagger into the chest or whatever.
And not just that, but it was so well acted. Marcus Aurelius' character, the son, what the fuck was his name? Shit, can't think of his name.
The one that Joaquin Phoenix played.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. That was like his debut, basically.
Yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix is. If you saw The Joker, you know Joaquin Phoenix can act his ass off.
Hell yeah, dude.
And he was Donnie Cash and Walk the Line. That was fantastic too.
What have you been up to? Busy. Dude, he's so intense.
He's so intense.
So intense.
He's got that like thespian style of acting.
Yeah,
I
man.
fucking love Joaquin
Dude.
Phoenix. He's crazy as shit. I don't care.
And then fucking Russell Crowe as Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Decimus Meridius.
Yeah, husband to a murdered wife.
Father to a murdered son. And loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius. And I will have my vengeance. I'm not even joking. For like 10 years after that movie came out, right before the first battle scene, and then every time after that, his thing was he'd go into the dirt and he'd pick up dirt and go like this, and he'd be like, smell it. When I would go play basketball, when I go play tennis, when I would go do anything physical that required me to do something like that,
You channel your inner Marcus Aurelius.
Maximus.
Maximus Aurelius, whatever.
I would grab some dirt from somewhere and do that. I remember doing it at the court, and everybody's like, "The fuck are you doing?" Just ignore them and do my thing, and then just go into Beat Town and block the shit out of everybody.
Some dude's like, man, my dog just like dookied there like 2 minutes ago.
And think about that movie too, is it managed to pull off like that epic movie feel with only one big battle sequence.
Yeah.
The first
The
battle
very
sequence.
beginning.
And it wasn't even like the best because it was like sped up halfway through just to kind of give you a sense of the chaos that was occurring. Most of it after that was just character development and like dope ass fight scenes in the arena. You'd never seen anything like that since they made Spartacus with fucking Martin what's his name? The old Sheen, whatever the fuck it was back in like the 50s.
Man.
That was
Dude,
great. That's a great movie.
I'm already like replaying shit where he's talking about like the wintertime, the frost on the blade.
The frost, it makes the blade stick.
And then just fucking murks the dude. Oh my god. When he yells to the Centurion, fucking throws his sword and you hear the
Yes.
and then just blah, right in the chest.
You know, that's a very overlooked thing in a lot of great movies. The
Man.
sound.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Do you
telling
remember
That's what. That's
the
what.
sword spinning
that's
through the air?
what made that fucking part. It was like this dude is about to get fucked up, and you just hear the.
Yep.
Oh my god. Man.
Yeah, that's a great movie. That's honestly my third favorite movie of all time.
Fucking love that movie,
Yeah.
man.
Next,
This has made me want to go on like such a
I'm
huge
saying.
movie binge.
we already did Braveheart.
We did.
Yeah, we already did Braveheart. Braveheart is one of the best movies of all time.
Hands down.
The battle sequences, the
Bruh.
acting, the ending,
It's
the
about
characters.
love. It's about revenge. It's about just iron will. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I love that fucking movie. Hands down, ultimately my favorite movie of all time.
That's Mel Gibson's best movie.
Dude.
I have that movie on ultraviolet Blu-ray. I've seen that movie so many times that I haven't watched it in a while because I've seen it so many times. When I got it on ultraviolet Blu-ray, and I popped it in on my 4K Xbox on my 4K TV, I was like, "Holy fucking shit! This is a brand new movie." Like they really, really did a good job with that 4K.
So I don't know about you, but like, I don't know why it impacted me so much, but I love the way Uncle Argyle ate that stew.
With the bread,
Dude, I'm saying he just like go into town in that bowl, lapping up. He's like,
yeah.
like man,
It
that,
impacted
that,
me.
That is how a man enjoys a stew.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And when I was a kid, whenever my mom would make some like stew that shit from a can, and I had that like Wonder Bread with it, I'd always try to reenact Uncle Argyle just like. You know, dude,
Same shit, dude.
fucking love that shit,
I did
bro.
not get the-
It's like Picard eating that sandwich.
Picard in the sandwich on the shuttlecraft to get his new heart while he's with Wesley. And he's talking about his traditional shirt pull down thing, and he crosses his leg and he's like these little sandwiches. That I remember I showed you that scene, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna think I'm completely retarded, but check this scene out.
Totally understand.
And you get it, and you're like, why do I love watching Picard eat a sandwich?
It's the same thing with Uncle Argyle, bro. Oh man, and especially when he tells him like after his dad dies and everything, they're burying him, and they're sitting there, and he doesn't understand like why the first one was in Latin, what all that other stuff, and they're playing the bagpipes.
Yep.
And he comes up, they're playing our blood tunes on our blood pipes. Oh man. Did the preacher give a sermon? It was in Latin. You don't speak Latin.
No.
We shall have to remedy that.
Yeah.
And then he hit the love of his life with that.
Yep.
Bruh.
Yep.
First, I'll teach you to use thus then I'll teach you to use thus.
Yep. But the love story between those two was so well done. When he comes back after being in Rome and wherever he went, he could speak French. He was like completely educated. He came back and he was making his little hovel, and she comes up and he gives her that wrapped thing
The
with
flower.
that flower she gave him.
It was that, I think it's a milk
It was
thistle.
like a milk thistle purple flower.
Yep.
It was.
Bruh.
I'll never forget. On my honeymoon, right? We went somewhere. We didn't have a lot of money, so we went somewhere. We did like a bed and breakfast thing, and we were walking around this old ass little town, and they had an old antique shop, and we went in, and it was like a big ass section of old books, and I found this old section just marked like old Bibles or something, and I love old books, so I'm looking at these old books, and I found a book, a German Bible, from 1865 or some shit. It was ancient looking. I opened it up. I shit you not. There was a purple milk thistle in that bitch that had probably been in there for like 100 years. I bought that motherfucker.
No.
I did.
Dude.
Man, I was like, holy shit, Braveheart. And then Dana hadn't seen the movie, and I'm like, why is Paul not here?
Why isn't he here?
Why isn't
I'm
he
this
on
romantic experience. Just pop my head. Hey guys.
What is he doing here? I invited him. He's going to watch.
We needed a cameraman. And he promised, I don't know why he was winking so much, that he would cover his eyes.
That movie is fantastic. Those battle sequences are still some of the best battle sequences.
The first
movie.
The first time I ever saw a dude lose a leg was in and he just come up swinging for the fucking fences.
Yep.
Whop! And dude loses his leg, and I can still hear that scream. Oh!
The sound impacts you when it's done.
Dude, everything about that movie. I love like hearing the arrows getting loosed. Oh, dude.
And then the
Epic.
the other main characters with Longshanks, perfectly cast.
Dude.
And his son, who you love to hate, perfectly cast. Like you just fucking hated that dude, but he was so well acted, and like he's walking around the castle and he's like watching how he walks in a mirror and they're like fixing. You're like, I fucking hate this guy.
Carry on.
And then his French wife, who's forced to marry him, who ends up falling in love with William and like helping him. The end of that movie.
Do you think we
Spoiler
should
alert.
Prima nocta.
Yeah, the end of that movie, when they're gutting him and quartering him and all that shit they're doing to him, and he yells freedom.
Disemboweling him, yeah.
The freedom cry gives you chills. But Longshank's reaction while he's lying on his deathbed, and you know he knows that he didn't win.
That rage and defiance.
But he knows he lost at his deathbed.
Oh, that movie is just like,
the king is dying and his son is a weakling. Who do you think will rule this kingdom? I carry his child in me.
oh, you remember when she's like whispering in his ear?
Yes.
You know?
She told him that the baby was actually William.
Your air is not in my belly. Yeah, oh my God.
That
man.
movie was perfect.
That movie.
There's rare movies where I can't think of anything wrong with that movie.
Cinematically, perfect.
One
just
day,
like, dead nuts on.
We'll have to sit and watch the Ultraviolet, because
Hell yeah,
it will
dude.
change your whole perspective on the movie. And I think I have the uncut scene where they actually show him getting disemboweled, and it makes the scene even more fucking grimy.
Dude, you know what? I can still like vividly remember too. Seamus and the Irish guy.
Oh, the Irish dude!
When they're standing there,
It's
though,
my island.
They're watching them, and you just see the tears flowing down their face, and they can't do anything to help them.
Yep.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yep.
That's rough right there.
That was a great movie.
But the Irishman, dude, he was nuts. I love that guy.
When they're making the trees, and the father, who's also a great character, Amish's father.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's like, some men are longer than others.
I
Has
see
your
you
mother
in
been telling stories about me again?
The good Lord said he could get me out of this one, but he's pretty sure you're fucked. The laugh, dude. Dude, you're like, that's what you expect to hear and see for that time period.
It
Just
is.
like they are drunk on meat and give no fucks about death. Like, oh, dude, I want to watch that movie so bad right now.
And then the other character that you hate, and in the end kind of redeems himself, but you still fucking hate him. Robert the Bruce.
Fucking hate him.
I still hate his character.
I still do
still
too.
hate him.
Fucking weakling little bitch.
Even though he went in the end and he had William Wallace's little wedding thing and his tucked in
fuck
his
him.
gauntlet.
He didn't do.
Fuck him.
Seamus should have had that shit.
If he had been shown like killing his own father for making him do that, maybe he'd have redeemed himself.
Yeah.
But he didn't earn my respect in that
did
movie.
you remember when Wallace came into the bedroom with the flail?
Yeah.
He just fucking
Blop.
bashes dude's skull over his pillow.
Yep. Those are the Scottish noblemen that betrayed him at the battle. They didn't flank like they were supposed to. Yep.
That smug ass look on that one motherfucker when he's walking off the battlefield like.
Yep.
Oh, I was so glad he got his.
Yeah.
Fucking slit his throat and threw him on the table.
That was the best thing about that movie is it was so satisfying at like every turn. Even in the end when he dies, it was so satisfying because he became a martyr and they won their freedom after that. So, and I think there's something ingrained in American culture from at least people that aren't commies now that that like resonate with that shit. Like you still always root for the underdog. I can't help it. Like if I'm watching a sports game and I don't give a shit about the teams, like
you want that come up.
I don't know who that. I don't really care about the teams that are playing. Whoever's considered the underdog, I'm rooting for that team because I want to see them win.
That's because it's more satisfying when they win.
It is. Yep.
When they come up, like when everybody doubts them.
Average Joe's or Globo Jim?
Dude,
which one you gonna pick?
Average Joe's all the way, baby.
Mm-hmm. I got 2 left.
I got 1, and
What's
I have
yours?
a feeling we're going.
Probably Last Samurai.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Last Samurai is my all-time favorite movie.
Bruh.
All-time favorite movie.
Bruh.
Tom Cruise is crazy ass and all. That is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Starts yelling sake.
That whole movie is a redemption story.
Sake.
Yeah. That whole movie is a redemption story of a man who did terrible things and was witness and like sort of there for terrible shit happening.
And found peace.
And hated himself and found peace eventually.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I love the ending of that movie. How you don't actually know if he died, but you know that either way he found peace.
Yeah, he was happy either way, man.
Katsumoto
Dude.
is one of my favorite characters in cinema of all time.
Dude.
The perfect Brossom speech is fantastic.
So, little nerd thing about me. Like, when I met my fiance, I'm such a nerd. Like, I have her saved in my phone as Cherry Blossom because of Katsumoto's speech about him. Like, at the end, you know?
The perfect Brossom is a rare thing. A man could spend his whole life looking for, and it would not be a wasted life.
Dude, I'm saying. And at the end, perfect.
They are all perfect.
Bruh. Dude, I'm telling dude, that movie was just like cinematic poetry.
Absolutely amazing.
That's exactly what that was.
Dude,
you know what I think it is too? I don't know what it is, but I think that you and I, especially like when it comes to these top movies, right? One of the things that kind of resonates throughout all of it is honor. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, he didn't start off with some, but he got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he died with honor. He gained his peace and his honor back. William Wallace had honor, and that's what got him through what he was doing.
I mean, they're literally
Like,
they represent the best aspects of like humanity and the pinnacle of what somebody can do when you have like selflessness about yourself, right?
Dude, the fact that you can achieve great things even when like everything's against you and it seems impossible.
Yeah.
Dude.
Those are things I think everybody should aspire to, despite the fact that obviously it's a fake ass movie and you can never do that. You should still aspire to it. Like those are aspects of humanity that are like the universally good.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
yeah, for sure. That movie is amazing. Some of the scenes, like when he earns their respect, when he gets the shit beat out of him by that wood katana.
Yeah, dude, it keeps getting up.
And keeps getting up, and they're like, like they think in their culture he should kill himself because he's dishonored. But he gets up, and they're like seeing things from a different perspective, and like they grow, he grows. In the end, like his worst enemy becomes one of his best friends.
And then it was a tie.
Bro, yeah, it was a tie, dude. That movie,
Dude, straight up. One of the things that it was the end, the very end, when the Emperor, tell me how he died, and he straight up looks at him, just all like intense as fuck, like you could see like the hurt in his eyes, and I will tell you how he lived. Like, oh, bruh, dude, fuck, warrior fucking poets.
Yeah.
That's a Braveheart quote.
It's also an Andromeda quote.
Is it?
Am I to understand that you sired an entire race of warrior monks?
Oh, yeah.
I'm jealous. Yeah, that movie is 10 out of 10 to me. 10 out of 10. I absolutely fucking love that
That's
movie.
another movie that I used to watch, like, just because I knew it so much and I loved the story. And
Yep.
like, man, I could watch that before falling asleep, and it was just like perfect.
I remember Dana had never seen that movie, and we were in the basement of my dad's house. I still lived at home when that came out, and this was like what 15 years ago when that movie came out.
Probably.
She
yeah.
came down, and we were like killing. We were trying to kill like half an hour, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna put Last Samurai on." So I popped it in. We were trying to go to a movie or go to dinner or something. We sat there for that 3-hour and like 8-minute movie or whatever it is, and didn't say a fucking word. She was completely silent and so engrossed in that movie. I didn't say a word. I'd seen it like 10 times, but I didn't say a word because I just wanted to see what would happen.
Yep.
And by the end of that movie, it's still like one of her all-time favorite movies.
As it should
Like
be.
it is just it's one of the most the perfect. It actually was the movie that unseated Braveheart as my all-time favorite movie, because while it doesn't have the same epic battle sequences,
It didn't
it
need
just
it though.
it has something else that I just really love. Plus, I love Asian culture,
It
so it
had-
had that aspect of it too.
It had a lot more, I would say, like character building in a sense. Like,
Yeah,
more of like the montage, I guess. That wasn't really a montage. It was like him seeing a culture through their eyes and how they lived life.
yeah. I
How
think
they worked with nature and
I
all these
resonated
things,
more
and,
with.
like, how he hated his own culture essentially and was happier with theirs.
Yeah.
It was just really unique.
I resonated more with Nathan Algren's character than I did with William Wallace's character. William Wallace was like the typical, like the atypical, hero that has it all figured out already.
Yeah.
And he was good from the beginning, whereas Nathan Algren was a fucked up person like we all are in real life. Like, we're all fucked up on the inside, and he came to a point where he was able to get past his fucked upness
He
and
found his redemption.
find peace and become a better person.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what most people strive for. And that's why that movie resonated so much with me personally. But yeah.
Dude.
And then the last one, to end on a lighter note, would be one of my probably like my number 4 favorite movie of all time. And most people probably they're not even gonna know what the hell this is. Surf Ninjas.
Moto Surf!
Moto Surf! Oh man, they got Douglas again. You remember Moto Surfing Officer? Once I'd like to be right. Pulls the oar out of the back of the Jeep. That movie was one of those movies I saw when I was a kid. I've watched it at least 3 times a year since then. It was Rob Schneider's like first role.
When he's going off about the knives. Oh
It's
my
so
God.
it's so fucking quotable and funny.
Where did you get a key? I swallowed it. How'd you know you were going to need?
I
I
s-
swallow it every Tuesday.
I swallowed it last Tuesday. Whoa. Swallow it every The knives of Kwanzaa. Yeah, sir, that's something money can't buy. Knives. One time I went to a cutlery store. I said, "Here's $100,000. I want to buy a knife." He said, "No, money can't buy knives."
Somebody shut him up.
On their 3rd day of their journey through Pakistan, he came across a giant rubber tree plant, but they were unable to cut it down. For as we know, money can't buy knives. They journeyed around the rubber tree plant and continued their journey on the shores of Pakistan. Will somebody shut this chattering monkey up?
I'd cut him.
I don't have a knife. Tone Loc is like one of those forgotten about guys that was so good.
Oh, man.
He was the chameleon in Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Had the only song in the movie that didn't piss me off besides the Hexas song. He was
That's live.
he was Ace Ventura's like go-to buddy in Ace Ventura movie, The Cop,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other movies. He was just fantastic. And also he did Funky Cold Medina
Hell yeah,
and
dude. I forgot
Wild
about
Thing,
I
his
forgot
rap
about
career.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funky Cold Medina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just love that movie. Like, that was at that point in my life where, like, I just started watching movies on my own. So it had, like, a huge impact on me. And it was, like, adventure-y. Like, there were, like, people about my age but slightly older who all of a sudden gained the ability to be master martial artists because when he turns of age, he'll become a even greater warrior prince than his father and shit like that. And then the kid had the Game Gear and he was,
You
like,
remember when he chose
was
the
a visionary.
chopsticks? And he fought with the chopsticks?
Sticks him up the nose.
That was some Three Stooges shit right there.
It was. And there's all the little shit too, like when they're all running out of the building and he's like, "Hey, what did that guy eat?" "Oh, don't eat the chicken." Rob Schneider's character is like He's the linchpin, though. If Rob Schneider's character
He
wasn't,
was the comedic relief.
oh my gosh, I just blew up my best friend's house. What are you talking about? You didn't do anything. I said, what if I blew up my best friend's house and it blew up? I've been given this incredible power. What if I lose this power? Oh my gosh! I said, what if I lose this power? I had it and I lost it. What if I said I'm sorry? He's hiding under the table. Okay, what if I can control the outcome of this fight? And then Johnny stops the punch, and as his powers start to manifest, and he's like, I'm doing it. That's like I love that movie. It's just good fun. It's so good.
The villain reminded me of.
It's Leslie Nielsen.
Is it?
There's Leslie Nielsen. He was Colonel Chi.
Yeah.
He was like half smashed by an elephant.
Yeah.
And his shit was always malfunctioning when he would get near water. And at the end, his malfunction, he grabbed his own balls and he's like pulling them off and then he kicks them into the water. Great movie.
That movie, man.
And then the scene at the end, you have to set it up because like when he does he was supposed to give a presentation for the visiting Baba Ram of Mikrob. And he talks to the guys and he's like, oh, ba 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 Ram, Baba Ram. From that moment, I was like, this is like my all-time favorite movie. I was like 10, and then at the end, they just straight up did a Beach Boys concert.
They did,
and you're like, what the? I must have watched the end of that movie like 100 times. Just rewound, watch on my VHS tape. Just rewound,
Oh my God.
rewatch, rewound. Back when Suncoast Video was a thing. And I had to special order that movie from Suncoast. It cost me $25 because nobody had it on the shelf. Yeah.
Dude,
Anyway, this was fucking fun.
that was fun.
Talking about these movies now. We need to have like a binge fest now.
I'm telling you, we need to have a movie night, dude, where we just fucking watch them all.
I'm down. I'm down.
Oh,
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for this podcast. We're going to end it here. We hope you guys had fun. Let us know your all-time top 3 favorite movies in the chat if you made it this far. And
it's a long ass podcast.
I don't care. You guys, this is something you can listen to and just chill. So, either way, thank you for joining us. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button,
All that fun stuff.
become a patron. Links are in the description. You know how YouTube works. I think we need to go pick a movie.
But yeah,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Agreed. We missed that one. We did like one of them old ass.
I went for the forearm.
You went for the forearm. This is the
Can't see it with the mic. Wait. Why the fuck you forearm so sweaty?
I'm sweating my ass off, man. It's hot in here. You're blocking the fan.